sex, secrets, and elections. We've got a full rundown of NBC's #1 hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives, coming up next.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Why, hello and good afternoon, all of you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days, where we give you a full recap of NBC's #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by my usual gaggle of gals. We have to my far left,
Michael Mattis.
And of course, the ever so popular and beautiful.
Hi everyone, Tammy Covea.
And of course, thank you guys for watching live. If you haven't already, make sure you like us and follow us on all social media platforms. We are Dishin' Days on Facebook and Instagram, and _Dishin' Days on Twitter. The @ is implied. And of course, if you are listening to us on iTunes, make sure you give us 5 stars and leave a comment. That's it for that. Changes. Also, if you are a huge fan of soap operas, make sure you tune in to Restless Rap and also GH Report coming up right after we dish some days with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is all of the announcements here from the church pulpit. What did you guys think of... Who lets me host this?
I don't know.
I know,
Security?
right? That's questionable. What did you guys think of this week?
You know, Michael and I were having this conversation and we're
Why y'all always having conversations without me?
Because we
get
there
here on time.
early.
Y'all tried it? First of all, I will have you know, I walked through those doors mighty early today.
I know.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
You're welcome.
Good for you.
So what did y'all think while y'all were talking and gagging and kikiing without me?
I feel like it was a bookend week, meaning Monday and Friday, I was very entertained and engaged. In the middle of the week,
Bookend week. I like that.
during the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was just kind of like,
Meh.
I was easily distracted. Let's say that.
What else is new?
Oh.
Seriously. It's Squirrel?
Where am I?
Exactly.
Squirrel, yeah.
Exactly. I don't know. There are bits and pieces of this week that I enjoyed, but yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. It's kind of a bookend week where they give you splashes of information before the shoe drops.
I thought about you because you always say it's like an info week.
That's what it is.
Lots of conversations going on, and a little bit of movement, but nothing spectacular.
So a
Nothing
little
grand.
constipated for you? Not a lot of movement?
Not a lot of movement. Need some
Not a
X-Lax on
movement?
that show.
See, I
A
kinda
little
thought the
Imodium or
I kind of thought the opposite. I thought, I wrote it down, to me it was an escalation week. You know,
Okay,
it was
escalation
It was a
week.
continuation of Xander and Leo. We really got into, Sarah and Eric, that drama, and then, the escalation of Jack and his next adventure. So I actually thought there was a lot of movement.
Okay.
I was pretty regular this week, so.
Okay.
Had your fiber.
Good to know. Okay, Activia. Well,
Activia.
jump right into it.
That stuff doesn't work.
That was not paid for by Activia.
I know,
but
right?
if you are watching, we will gladly take the money. Let's get started. It's now time to start
Dishin' Days.
Tamala?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Not only are we being kept on our toes, Steve in the booth is keeping us on our toes too. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that.
I like that.
All right, so let's kick things off with the first storyline with Eric, Sarah, Rex, Xander, Leo, and the condoms.
Can I just start out with my...
You were waiting
my
for me to
worst-
say that, weren't you? That's
was
why
like,
you
did
put
he
that
see
in
it? Is he
there.
gonna say?
Oh, yeah.
The traveling condoms.
I
yeah.
said it for you.
They made
Yeah.
their way around that house.
Look, they were the same 3 ones that
Same 3
everybody
ones.
used. Leo used them,
Nobody
Sarah
used them. If there were 3 at the beginning of the week and 3 towards the end of the week, no one used them.
True. Oh, well.
My favorite line of the week was, Zandy,
Oh, yes.
Zandy.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
My living word.
So I have to take back what I said last week,
What?
which was when you guys asked if I thought Xander was going to go through with it, and I said yes. And then I remembered that last week when Xander was handing him the champagne glass, I noticed his hand was around his pocket area before. And I was like, huh. But then I was like...
You really had a thought.
I really
and then
did.
it flew out. Okay.
I did. And then I was like, huh. And then I was like, but it didn't have enough time to dissolve, so clearly he would have like
Right.
saw it. And then I was like, okay, maybe it was just, a Xander thing.
Well, maybe Leo was so caught up in the anticipation of what, like, he could have seen it and just not
And not
it didn't
Lovely,
register with
right.
and
him.
maybe thought it was just a fizz. I will say this. I'm a little disappointed that it didn't happen. Just a little.
I mean, I don't think, like, just this character of Xander, like, he wouldn't have gone through with it. I knew he was going to figure out a way out of it.
Well,
I was completely surprised by the drug thing.
see?
Yeah, I thought they had gone through with it.
But I feel like there was such a desperation for Xander to be CEO that, like, he would have went through some light play.
Yeah, he would have taken one for the team. Taken one for the team.
I didn't know how else to say that except say light play.
There's another word. It's not coming to me. Some foreplay. Foreplay. What?
There were so many
There's
jokes
so
there.
many double entendres right
Yes,
now.
there's a lot of
Okay.
double entendres in there. But whatever.
I think he really thought he was going to get away with drugging him and then just making him believe that they did it, even though it was kind of ill-advised. But because he woke up and was like, "All right, if it was so great, let's go again."
Right.
And Xander was like,
Yeah.
"Well, wait."
And I was like, I was like, listen, you can't play Leo. Leo is all about, and he was just so upset.
You can't play the player.
You can't play both of them. That's,
Well, they're
both
that's why
players.
they're equal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Well, Xander might not
Xander
have.
got his anyway.
Yeah, he did. He might not have gotten it from Leo, but he definitely got it from Sarah. And listen, I don't mind Sarah being like, listen, I'm having a rough time.
Absolutely.
I just need to get it in and just release some stress. But like own it. Just be like, you know, this whole thing, how Eric was all upset and everything like that. And I get from Eric's point of view that he was like, no, I don't want to have you like this. I don't want to be like some sort of
He was being
guy.
a good guy.
Yes. But then you can't be upset that she was just like, all right, well, if you're not going to do it, then
She falls on another one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And listen, to fall on Xander, that's a good choice.
You know,
I was like, let a girl have it, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
let her live her fantasy.
yeah.
I
why
mean,
not?
I think the fact that it was Xander, if she had slept with anyone else and Eric was on her like that, I would have said, you know what, you need to back off.
Sure.
But it was Xander, and
It was
considering all the history between
thing is,
him
It was a
and
drunken
Eric,
mistake.
Well, and
It was a mistake,
Eric
yes.
made it all
Wasn't a
about
good call.
what I didn't like about Eric this week was he made that all about him.
And
You
she
did
said
this
that to him.
her. Well, she afterward,
Yeah.
like a little while. It took a while, but I was just a little offended because I was like, this wasn't about you. She just was
Right.
drunk and wanted some, you know what? So she got it.
But I think
Some good
but
loving.
and I was like, you're being an ass. But then she admitted, like, okay, I did do it to hurt you. And I was like, Sarah, no.
But she did it. She did it for three reasons. She did it because she was hurting.
Yep.
She did it to get back at Eric, and she did it to get back at Rex.
Right.
Yes.
It's all very complicated and beautiful.
I still say she's getting too much crap for it. Like,
I mean,
you
I
know
do
what?
too.
She was a single lady.
Yeah.
And I thought that it happened again, and I think they wanted us to believe it happened again when she woke up and they showed it in the same way they did at the beginning of the week where they revealed that they'd been in bed, and so it's like, did it happen again? But no, he had just snuck in there like a creeper.
And he was like round 2.
Yeah, and had the condom.
Yeah, and the same condoms from before.
I love that moment where she almost goes in.
I know she
He's
did.
so convincing. Like, come on.
Listen, if you're watching in live and you're in the chat room, let me know how much convincing you need to go round 2 with Xander. Because I would need no convincing.
I loved it when
I'd be like, okay.
Xander's leaving the room, and he says to Eric, "You missed a lot. You had your chance, mate, and you missed a lot."
You are so full of
said that-
animation today.
remember
I
that
love
word.
it.
That's Xander.
It is Xander. Well,
Xander's just ruling the town right now. He just
Is
makes
he?
his.
He needs to
not rule. I
stay.
don't. Maybe he's just getting around. Like he's
Literally.
like getting around literally, but he's just popping up everywhere.
but is he getting anywhere though?
no.
Exactly. Speaking of getting nowhere, how about Rex?
He's such a doofus.
Yeah.
He's a
Little bit.
doofus. And remember, Chloe said it this week when Rex showed up with flowers, and she said, "Really? That's what you got? That's what you come with?"
When Chloe was like,
What else can he come with? Like it's a no-win for him.
And then
Right.
she said to
He
him,
should just give up.
Are you wearing a cup? Because you know
you're gonna need it.
Didn't I say that last
Yeah,
week?
yeah.
Had I been Sarah,
Yeah,
the
you would've
need-
kicked him in the
Yeah,
nuts.
absolutely.
Listen, I was all for Chloe being a good friend and being like, yeah, that's really gonna work. Oh, you're gonna show up with her favorite flowers after you slept with her sister? That's great. And I was just like, Chloe, like you are just
Busting the balls.
The shade is real.
They're already this big, so.
Chloe was given all the shade, and I appreciated all of it. Good
Yeah.
job, Chloe.
Yes.
I appreciate her. All right, well, that was that story.
But it was a great scene. Did we? Well,
It was.
Rex and Kate. and mom, Rex and his mom,
Oh,
Kate.
that.
You know, when she finds out, he says, "Yeah, I kind of slept with."
I'm really
his sister."
upset with how they wrote Kate this week.
What do you mean?
I just like when she was the scene with Rex where she was like, "You never tell the truth. That's the worst thing to do." It's like they're making Kate some kind of caricature, and it's not like the powerful bitch Kate.
But I
we're used
like
to, you
that
know
they
what I
had the
mean?
commonality. Chloe and Kate had the same idea.
No.
That
And
was
Kate,
a funny
and
moment.
Kate was like,
She's right
for once,
yeah.
I'm going to side
Yeah,
with Chloe.
that
There
was
were
a
just a
funny
couple
moment.
lines that were written for Kate this week that I didn't agree with, and that was one of them.
But I feel like you have to think of Kate. Kate
Mm-hmm.
is someone that, A, is a very powerful woman and a
Mm-hmm.
boss. 2, she's always meddled in her kids' lives and
Right.
always told them what they should do and given them the best advice. So what she was doing with Rex is being like, you idiot, not only did you sleep with the sister, but now you're going to say, no woman actually wants to hear the truth.
Yeah.
She wanted to hear any other name except the truth. You could have told her you did the bus driver, and that would have been less hurtful than you saying that you did her sister. You could have told her you humped a tree. She would have went by and kicked the tree.
That would have hurt.
But that
I
wouldn't
just
have
it
hurt
was
as
the
much as
actual
hearing the sister.
the actual dialogue. Like I was
was
like,
just
Kate
kinda
wouldn't say
wimpy,
that.
yeah.
Kate, and the other scene would, I don't know, it wasn't really a plot point, so I'll talk about it now. But when she like was like, Trip, are you gonna take my order? And he's like, I just got burned in the kitchen. She's like, what? So you're not gonna take my order? I'm like, Kate wouldn't. Kate, no. That's just Kate being a bitch to be a bitch. Kate is a bitch for a reason. You know what I mean? And that's when she's great. But that was just like, I was like, really?
I was with it.
I was too.
I wasn't.
Because
Anyway.
especially, like, she was like,
I'll take
So you're
whatever
not
I
gonna
can
take my
get.
order?
huh?
I'll take whatever I can get.
Right. But I love that line. She was like, so you're burned, but you're not going to take
I don't
my
know.
order?
I didn't
Like,
like it. I didn't like it.
I think it
Lauren
was
Koslow deserves better.
the throwing the martini one.
That was a sidebar.
That was great.
But yeah, but that was all that happened with the
with that one.
main
With that one?
storyline.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's move things right along with Jack, Jennifer, Eve, Abe, Melinda, JJ, and Haley. Okay, first of all, we started talking about this before we came in. The big reveal of the big secret that Haley has is that she's an undocumented
Documented immigrant.
Wah, wah, wah.
I thought it was going to be much stronger than that.
Absolutely.
Like I thought
That's not a big. I mean, it's a big secret, but it's not like as big as they played it up to be.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
but then I was like, I thought that. Then I was like, kudos to Days for trying to be very relevant
Social
at the
relevant,
times
yeah.
and everything like that. But then now my question is, how are you an illegal immigrant? Like, where were you born and when did you get here?
I see.
Am I the only person thinking that?
It hadn't occurred to me yet. No.
See,
Yeah.
you gotta think about all this.
And I can see how much trouble it would be for Melinda, being the former DA and now
Right.
running for mayor,
Running for
that her
political office,
sister
yeah.
is undocumented.
Especially.
Right.
In,
Totally get that.
And that's why she's like, you got to move out of my house. Don't talk to me when you see me in the street, cross the street. Like,
I know, right?
But I don't.
But then she does have
I
that
don't
element of concern for her.
Understand how
Yeah.
that would lead you to commit suicide.
I think there's
Like,
more
I don't-
to it.
there's
Well, yeah, there's
got
to be more to it. That can't be
There's more to
the only part of it. There's got to be more to it.
Maybe it's how she got here that's going to be like,
Well, she went to school. She went to nursing school. So
undocumented.
undocumented.
I feel like you can go to
Which-
school undocumented.
You can go to
As long as you
school
pay a
online.
bill.
Easy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with employment, it's different.
I was wondering how she's working at the hospital. Because don't they have to do like a background check? They need your birth certificate, a pint of blood, and all
They're
that kind of
supposed
stuff.
to.
Security and all that.
I mean, Kayla's chief of staff, and things
Unless-
have been a little bendy
Unless
lately.
Melinda didn't work something. You know, she
True.
was the DA.
She was the DA, yeah.
she could have finagled something.
True.
But I'm curious
I need
about
to
the
see-
whole suicide thing. Like, there's got to be more to this.
There's more.
I need to see more before
Yeah.
Before
I
you make a
render a
judgment.
final
I know,
verdict
but we
on
were
what's
like,
going on.
huh.
It's just starting. It's just kind of getting its wheels going,
What
or
did you
its
do, Tony?
bearings
What
or
is
whatever.
this?
Oh, I'm just a fan
Open arms.
with open arms.
Okay, we'll practice.
Yeah, yeah.
She could be a DACA recipient.
Who?
The fans in the chat room are saying maybe she's a DACA.
That would be
but
cool.
But then it wouldn't be a secret, right? Like it wouldn't be this like thing that she's hiding. I don't know. We need to see
I
more.
don't know.
Yeah. I do wish that JJ wasn't so pushy
do you
in
mean
finding
pushy?
out. You
What
don't
do you
think JJ is pushy?
No.
I don't think he was pushy this
Uh-uh.
week. No.
No.
I think that he was just like they were just conversing and things were just kind of coming naturally.
I think
No,
he
but-
genuinely feels like this girl tried to kill herself. He gets what that feels like.
I totally
and
get
wants
that.
to be there for her. So he's really not forcing himself
But
into her life.
But the conversation that they were having when she finally revealed what it is, I felt like he was like, "Come on, you can talk to me. You can say, just," and I'm just like, just let her say it when she's ready. Like, don't keep nagging her with eggs and bacon and then being like, "What's your secret?" You know what I mean? Like, just let it unfold naturally.
They sang a little song together.
I think they bonded. Yeah. Had they not had that moment.
Wasn't that a beautiful song?
Sure.
How did she know all the words?
I don't like it when they break into song.
I like it because
the cheese factor for me is just a little too much. It was cute and all, but
it's gonna be now their song because Days likes to play their song.
Are you ready?
yeah.
All right, and then also it just I like it when they're able to showcase
Others' talent.
the actor's other talents. So he can play piano. She knows how to sing. It was beautiful.
I just thought, great. So this is obviously a prerequisite to be on the show. You have to act, you have to sing. It's like they look at the resume and make sure that everyone can do everything. So you better hone up on your singing skills.
Listen,
honey.
there are a lot of other skills that I have that will.
Dancing?
Yep,
You got some
that's
moves.
what it is.
That's true.
That's what
you
it
got
is,
some moves.
dancing. Those-
I will give you that.
Michael tried to give me the Hope eyebrow.
There was a lot of brow this week.
There was a lot of and then the announcement of who's all running for mayor: Melinda,
Yeah.
Jack, and Abe.
Yeah.
Of course.
Who's already mayor, yeah.
Who's
Up for re-election.
Incumbent.
Yeah. What?
Incumbent.
Uh-huh.
He's an incumbent.
I'm not into this yet.
I'm not either.
This is another one where I need to. Again, it's just starting, so I need to.
Nope.
Let it have a little more
listen,
traction.
Mark my words. Today is what's today?
The 20
January 27th, 2019.
At 4:32
at
p.m.
4:32 p.m. That election is about to be lit and shiz is going down.
How? What's the big deal?
Something is going to. The fact that they have Jack, who has no memory of his life before his accident.
That was a fun conversation that Jen had. Said, look, we need to talk about
like
this.
stuff is
You
going to
don't
come out.
remember
Are you
trying
ready?
to poison the town.
Abigail had to have a bone marrow
Right.
transplant. There are some things about your past that are about to come out. Are you
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
ready for that? And he was like, he was ready. I was like, fine, that's cool. Then you have Melinda Trask, who everybody hates anyway, who is also running, who got her own little secrets and her little dots. And then you got Abe, who is up for re-election, but he got some things that
The criminals keep getting.
Yep.
Getting off. Is that right?
This
Yeah.
election is about to be lit. Mark my words. As of today,
I hope so. Get it lit.
I'm Team Melinda.
Get it lit.
Your team, you
Really?
would be Team Melinda.
Goes
I
to
liked
the
it when
dark
she-
side.
You would be Team
She
Melinda.
had a couple good moments. Aaron Brody in the chat room. Thank you. I hope Melinda wins as well. I hope we keep her on the show. At least to keep her on the show, because I don't know. I like
I
her.
want Jack to win. I do.
Oh, I agree with Kirsten Marie, who says, I agree, Marie. #, Maxine's son would be an amazing mayor of
man.
Salem. I totally
So let's
agree.
see. He's a physical therapist.
Yes.
No, we have to
He's
scratch that.
so he's no
Now
longer.
you're running for office.
He's no longer.
He's a senator's
He didn't
son.
work his way up to mayor. He
Well,
just came.
Terrence can no longer be. I had to give him a name. He can no longer be
Terrence? I
a
thought it was
physical.
someone else.
Nope, Terrence.
No, Terrence.
Because remember, I
That
had to dream
sounds
about it. He can no longer be a physical therapist because that storyline was done
Yeah.
with another black guy. So I can't come in and fulfill that. But I can now come in on the political end
Yes.
and be like, Terrence for mayor.
Okay. We'll see.
I'm here for it. Y'all know I love writing myself in. Just saying.
right.
Or what if I could be, like if Melinda Trask wins, right? I could be her assistant and be just as evil.
Okay.
Villain.
Okay.
Picture it. Salem, 2020.
Okay, Sophia. The other moment that I kind of, it was somewhat serious, but it also made me chuckle was the conversation with JJ and Jack about how, like JJ was talking
Sleeping
about
with
like
the-
sleeping with Eve,
Yeah.
and then him telling Haley that, and Haley was just like, wait, what? The whole week. She was
Poor
like,
Haley.
wait, what?
Haley was trying to figure out JJ's life and had that look of like A plus B equals minus carry the one.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, what?
Maybe
She
I
was-
should leave Salem.
Well, she was like that with JJ, and she was like that before when they were talking, when Kayla and Tripp were talking about the bionic eye, and she just kind of went, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're all kind of like, wait, what?"
She had a lot of wait whats in there, but It's interesting that she came and had the conversation with JJ about Trip. And it was like, oh, I had to help this cute guy today. And then there was a tinge of JJ that was like,
He
oh,
was
yeah,
so
that's my
charming.
cousin, but
So cute.
I'm cuter.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That was very cute. You know, when Jack found out that Eve had slept with JJ and goes roaring back to the hotel to confront Eve, I thought, this is going to be good.
Right. Then
She's really going to have to, like, how is she going to get out of this?
Right.
And she's like, oh, yeah, you know, that was in the past, and you did sleep with Jennifer's mother after all. We all make mistakes. I was
love-
like, oh,
Damn.
man.
it is receipt for receipt. If you going to come here with my receipt, I got a receipt for you.
And he's like, okay.
I forgot about that, by the
my
way. I forgot about the
God.
Jack Laura when they were at the Meadows.
Yeah, I'd forgotten
And
that too.
they didn't know who each other were, and, you know.
That was before my time.
Oh,
Before my day's experience.
right. Anyway, I think
Yeah.
that was all with that.
Huh?
All with that storyline,
Yep.
right? Any details were...
That's it.
Okay.
All right, trucking right along with Chad, Abigail, Stefan, Gabby, and Kate. First of all, huge kudos to I can't even get it out. Huge kudos to Gabby. I like this
Standing her
Gabby.
ground.
I do
yeah.
too.
Who's basically being like, listen, even though Stefan and Chad, you guys are both co-CEO, let me let you know something. Not scared of you. Not scared of you. I'm going to do what I have to do in order to keep my company.
And I just want you to remember what I did to my best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine what I'll do to the person I hate most. I was like, oh.
was like,
oh,
ooh.
yeah.
I just hope that she's able to follow through because...
Nuh-uh.
She's gonna. Of course she is.
No, because it's...
No, listen. When,
She was able to do that to Abigail. Is she able to do that to, like, Stefan?
when Gabby makes a threat, I'm like, summer down, girl, because you're not trying to go back to jail. You got a child to think about. You already skipped jail one time. You ain't gonna have that blessing again.
But she is bringing Kate into that as well.
She's trying,
You know,
yeah.
again, you know, the common denominator is to bring Stefan down. So Kate has to be into that.
But then Chad was all like, well, I'm just gonna resign. I want to be like, Chad, figure out your
Yeah.
life. Like, what are you trying to do?
You know, Abigail's gonna say, "Don't do that."
Right.
Did you guys notice that when Chad came over to the house to tell Abigail what happened
Yeah,
and all
and
that
she's
kind of
got
stuff?
her little box of baby clothes.
baby clothes.
Like that box goes everywhere. It's all
But
she
did
does
you-
is fold clothes.
But did you notice?
a
Well, of
domestic
course,
goddess.
she's a mom. Like, you
I
know,
know.
that's what moms do. They always folding clothes
I
and cleaning
know.
up poop and puke and all that kind of stuff. But did you notice that she noticed it was Chad and she did like a quick fix in the
I
mirror?
did notice
No.
that. Yeah,
You didn't
she
notice
did like
that?
the
Of
little
course,
quick
of course you wouldn't
hair
notice
and
that.
like she
Of course
fixed
you
her
wouldn't.
sweater and
Of course.
Yes.
Of course not. Nobody talks about it. But I noticed that. And I was like, oh.
he's in his own world.
All the time. Where have you
When,
been?
when am I not in my own world? I keep inviting you guys. I send an invite to you guys and say, hey, come to Tony's world.
And we're
It
like,
is
oh, we're
wonderful
busy.
and
Sorry."
full of food. And y'all bitches
I'm
won't
not-
come. I'm just saying.
One day.
It's an open invite.
Okay.
I'm just a fan with an open invite.
Yes.
But I thought that was a great moment to let us kind of know that the wall is
She
coming
still digs
down and
Chad.
she's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
like, you know, in love with him and slowly on the path to forgetting
She has her
him.
guard up, but she's still she's still got the feels.
She's still very much like Julie at Doug's place watching Sierra and Ben.
That was good. And the storyline did go down the road I wanted it to. Stefan and Chad are co-CEOs.
I was gonna say I thought someone mentioned that.
Yeah,
last
that
week.
was me
Yeah.
last week going, I'm hoping. So
Listen, at this point, we got to say a prayer for Titan and DiMeras Enterprises.
Oh,
because both
right,
of those
and
businesses
Eric.
seem awful. They
Eric
seem
is-
real awful right now. Like, if I was a board member, I would be like, bye
Out.
to everybody. We
Out.
need somebody brand new.
yeah.
So we're going to say a prayer for that.
Yeah, so Eric, he's not. So Eric's the new CEO
Yeah.
again.
Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric
Brady.
Martzoff. Oh, I always do that.
It's okay. It happens.
It makes me crazy.
It happens. All right. Well, before we get into more, we have
My script.
some business to
Yes.
take care of. Michael Mattis.
Yeah.
Let the folks know what's happening.
Well, before we move on to our next topic, we just wanted to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we need your help,
Please.
though. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating with a Positive, negative review, whatever.
No
But
such
no
thing
matter
as
where
bad
you,
publicity.
Positive review better.
well, yeah. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you supporting us and doing what we love. Don't forget to tell your friends and to keep enjoying our shows.
This announcement brought to you by the kind folks here at AfterBuzz TV. All right, moving right along. I was just looking at the chat, and someone mentioned that they should bring back the DiMeras Enterprise and Titan set. That was Landon Fuller, who said, I hope they bring the DiMeras set and Titan set back. I'd like to see that. I asked in the chat if they think Chad should quit as a CEO. Marie B says yes. Landon says no. Chad wants Tony to come back.
Okay.
Okay. And that's it.
Okay.
All right.
Are we ever going to meet Mr. Shin? Haywood Wong. Why does Mr. Shin have so much power?
I feel like a couple of years ago, Mr. Shin did make an appearance.
Did he make an appearance?
I feel
Wait,
like he
when
did.
Kate and Sammy were trying to take over the company? You're right.
Yeah. Mr.
I
Shin
love
did make an
that.
appearance.
I forgot that storyline.
Oh, how can you forget the
So
infamous Kate and
good.
Sammy storyline?
That
And when they
picture.
replaced that picture,
Yes.
That was
listen,
amazing.
Yes.
that is a set piece that
Oh my
I would
God.
love to have. That photo of
Please.
Sammy and Kate just like looking like boss bitches and being like, guess who's in charge of DiMeras now? Like literally took down Stefano being like, and they were just like,
Real
love it.
Housewives of Salem.
all right, so we already touched on this, JJ, Haley, Tripp, and Claire. We all saw the connection that Haley was making with JJ. Then we
Tripp.
saw the...
Oh, sorry.
See?
You're
Stay,
right. Nope, my
stay in
bad.
my world. Stay in my world. Then we saw the connection with Claire and Tripp.
I've been waiting for 2 years. You want to take things
I know,
slow?
she
How
was
mu-
getting
How
her...
much slower do you want to
She
go?
was taking a page out of Sarah's book.
Yeah.
Listen, Claire was like this. Listen, let me tell you this. First of all, Sierra's not here, so she don't need to be worrying about what's going on here. I like you, you like me. We both single. What it do? Like that's what I. She didn't say that, but that's what I heard her say.
Yeah.
But then if she were to say it, I felt like a harp was playing, and she was just like, "Let's let the lyrics and the music go together and make a bomb single for my YouTube." That's what she
good.
said.
Cool. Yeah.
Olivia's amazing.
Do we like Tripp and Claire together?
I do.
I don't dislike them together.
Yeah, I like them too.
I'm whatever
They're
about
fun.
it.
I have a question mark
Yeah, me too.
because I feel
Well,
like
I mean, I'm okay with them, but I'm not like gaga. I'm like, great, put them together. Yeah.
well, only because I feel like it's one-sided. Like I feel like Claire is all about it, but Tripp is kind of like on the fence.
Yeah. I don't think he's over Sierra yet.
No.
I think it's too soon.
And I think he might get into Haley. But good luck, girl. All right, so now we have Hope, Ted, and Kate.
I like Hope and Ted.
I do too, but
I like them
but
together.
here's the thing, though. Hope, how old are we to not be able just to say, listen, I'm not gonna have dinner with you. Like, you don't have to tell me that you have work to do, you got laundry to do, you making up all these excuses, knowing good and well that eyebrow is telling you to go have dinner with Ted. And then you gonna say, let's go have dinner at Doug's place, like you got any other place in Salem to go.
Have you heard of it?
So-
No, I haven't.
Right. And then he was just so, Jolly Green Giant to go have dinner. And that's when I was really like, all right, like Hope, I think, is secretly like into Ted, but she's married, so she can't,
Ted calls her on her stuff,
which I like.
which I like.
I really feel like, and I don't know if fans will agree with me, this is to, how did I say this? This is to fix Hope and Aiden not being together. Now they brought in Ted, like someone else that we can like Hope with. Because I've never been quite sure about Hope and Rafe. But Hope and Aiden, I was all for.
Yeah, me too.
And then that went to the left. Now Hope and Ted, I'm like, I can do this.
I can too, but I don't see Rafe how he would be out of the equation
I feel like Hope
He needs to be.
unless
and
he sleeps with Sammy.
I feel
Sure.
like Hope and Ted are kind of being forced on us. Like it's not really, to me, it's not really
Organic, that's your
organically.
favorite word.
But it's to me as the viewer, it's not like they had their thing where she was hiding him out and doing him solid and whatnot. But to me, it's never Hope. Christian Alfonso has never played it as though she has feelings for Ted or, is into him at all.
No, she's the ice
and
queen.
And he's coming up with things to say to her. Like, I feel like he's almost forcing her to think a certain way. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's coming out right, but,
no, but
I think Ted finds her intriguing.
I think that he's attracted to her.
Yes.
And so,
but I think he also knows.
But then he came on to Kate too. So
no, I think that was them ending things.
Well,
yeah,
Kate
that was.
ended it.
But
he was willing to go
before
round
he
4,
ended
5,
it.
and
She
6.
before she ended it. He was like, let's try it again.
Yeah.
So now he's like, okay.
Oh, I missed that.
If then else, he's going to Hope.
I was literally eating pizza rolls.
But I feel like
he
would say things like, "Oh, it bothered you," and I'm like, "It didn't. No, it didn't." Like, he's coming up with this stuff in his head, and why she's going along with it, I don't. Not feeling it yet.
Okay.
Long story short, I'm not feeling it yet.
More like long story longer. All right.
Sorry.
We'll figure that out. All right, Brady, Victor, Xander, and Chloe. Well, we know Brady's back as CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He offered Xander an executive position in janitorial.
A new division.
Mm-hmm.
Shade.
I thought for a minute he was going to capitulate. You like that word?
Who?
And give Xander something.
No.
I thought he was going to bargain.
I still want to know what Xander has that can help out. Because he went through a lot of trouble to get it.
Right. I think we'll find out soon because he showed up at what's her name's room. Eve's room. We have unfinished business.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
That was the very
moment.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what unfinished business they got together. Maybe they'll jump in the sack and then Jack will walk in and then remember everything and go back to Jennifer.
Can't happen soon enough.
Right. I like the connection with Chloe and Brady.
But how many conversations do they have to have about being there for each other? We're such good friends and we're just a bunch of rocks. We're a couple of rocks. It's like, okay, it's like, I get that you guys are close. Like,
Because sometimes
let's move the story.
Sometimes you have to remind someone that you're falling for that, hey, we got a foundation. We can do this. We can take the next step. But guess what? We have a foundation. It's all about having a foundation.
Now, see, if they start exploring more romantic relationship with Chloe and Brady, that's more organic because they have the history and they're here for each other now. So if they get together, it'll make sense.
All right. So, and then last but not
There you
least, Kayla was trying to help Jennifer with the formula.
And her spring outfit,
that's
I was
right, yeah.
confused by that outfit. Because it's still winter time in Salem. Just coming from a fashion standpoint. She looked like a little Easter egg.
I didn't realize that until just now.
Yeah, she was very spring-like.
Okay.
Okay.
So she was trying to help, but it turns out Eve has. First of all,
Did we know that before?
diary.
I forgot about that.
about
Did
that.
we know
that the diary was in that the formula was in the diary?
Yeah.
No, did we know that Eve had the diary before, or was
No.
that like the reveal? I didn't think so
That was
because
the
I was
reveal.
like, wait, when did we
'Cause
see
I don't
her get
remember
it?
that either.
It was
No.
explained later.
And then because she said, Seth Burns needs to be more careful with his keys. And I was
Yeah.
like, y'all are just breaking into hospitals.
I know.
Y'all breaking into
Security's
jails.
bad.
Like, what kind of
You
city
could be
is
head
this?
of security. Terrence could be head of security.
No,
Nah.
no, that's a job I don't want.
I wouldn't want it either. No.
No, I'm okay.
But I do. That's the same diary that Will was going through with the invisible writing,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then Seth Burns
Yes.
had
Seth
it.
Rogen.
Well, because Will had it and gave it to Kayla, so Kayla could
Yeah.
give it to the lab,
And
so
she
the
gave
lab
it-
could do the formula so that he
Oh.
could get his memory back.
Mm-hmm.
So then she had to turn it into Seth Burns and also turn the formula into into the lab so that it could be FDA approved. I sound real smart. I feel like I'm having a Romeo and Michelle moment when she knew the formula for glue. So then Seth Burns had it, and then Eve went and got it from Seth Burns because I think she knew that Jennifer and Kayla were probably going to try to do the formula so to help Jack get his memory, and she is not for that at all.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you so much. I feel like at that moment I should have did like a diagram and just went. Yeah.
And
So-
actually, Eve and Jen had some really good scenes this week as well. I love how she's not backing down to Eve at all.
At all.
At all.
Jen is like,
So,
listen,
was
Heifer, I'm
there-
on to you.
Was there a moment where Eve almost brought out the diary to show her.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
And
She
then
almost.
But then she reached for something
Yeah,
else.
Okay.
she almost brought out the diary, and
She
then
was
she
really
showed.
mad and
yeah.
just like, ugh.
Then she showed the contract that she could have been in Paris working
Yeah.
for a whole lot of money, and yeah.
And Eli was around too.
Yep.
So yeah.
Eli was there, just kind of.
Eli, just being confused.
Yeah.
Rick Cope says that Cassie is doing an incredible job.
is.
Absolutely.
Landon says, Tony, so Romy and Michelle, love it. Thank you very much. Marie B says, funny if Eve slept with Rolf for,
Oh, wow.
for the diary.
Oh.
Listen, sometimes you got to use what you got to get what you want.
I thought Ralph was gay. Oh.
No, he's not.
I don't know. Something I missed.
And then Eli was bopping around, and he
Yeah.
discovered that Ted and Hope were on
Having
this.
dinner.
Yes.
And I love the way Eli walked in like, Commissioner? Ted?
We have business to discuss.
I was like, what's going on here? That's how I would have walked in. Although I probably would have walked in more like Karen from Will and Grace. What's this? What's happening? What's going on?
What's happening?
Yeah, that would have been me. All right, well, that was your week of days, and now it's time for the favorite part of our show, which are our segments. And we're going to start with Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Oh, snap!
All right, so listen, like I said earlier, there was a part of the show where I was like, ooh. And I gave each one of these people 3 snaps because when I tell you these elections are going to be lit, and I am here to see who is going to be the new mayor of Salem. So the announcement that Melinda Trask, which was a gasp for me, and Jack are running against Abe for mayor definitely deserves Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap. Okay, I'll do it myself.
Oh, snap!
And I vote for Terrence to be Melinda's
Assistant?
assistant.
Okay.
I'm just going to put that in there. And now it's time for...
And what? There was a whole lot to choose from this week, but Monday came and look at this. It's so wonderful to see him out of a suit.
Yeah.
He's
I
out
thought
of
the
a suit.
same thing. When I saw it, I was
Yes.
like, ooh, they styled Victor this week.
He is suavelicious. I'm loving John Aniston in this smoking jacket, or I don't know what you want to call
Yeah.
it, but John Aniston,
Little flair.
you have the fashion spotlight today.
And now it's time for... Caption that!
All right, this week I picked 2 captions, and you'll figure out why in a minute. But this week's photo was of JJ and Haley singing their little ditty on the couch. And the week's caption goes to Leanne Pratt on Facebook, who says, Haley saying, I've hardly heard any of the original words to the song, yet I'm able to sing it perfectly.
It must be a hit in Salem, which is why
Yeah.
she knew all the words.
Yeah. So thank you, Leanne Pratt. And our runner-up is James Lott Jr.
Oh, James
on
Lott Jr.
Facebook with his caption, "Let's sing our way through this tired storyline."
Oh, that's shade! Oh,
Shady
that's
Sunday.
shade!
Jail,
James Lott Jr., you are shade.
I saw that.
What?
I saw that. I was like, done. Definitely. Thank you,
That's-
James Lott Jr.
Super shade. Super shade.
Super shade, and I love it.
We were going to try to do phone calls, but I don't think we're going to have time for phone calls. So instead, we are going to give you a peek at what's going to happen next week on your favorite soap opera, Days of Our Lives.
If you're trying to reach Sierra Brady,
What is happening?
she's tied up at the moment.
What?
So everybody thinks she's over in Africa, and she's up in here tied up in the bed. Poor Sierra, she just can't.
Interesting.
She just cannot. She can't catch a break.
Okay. Okay.
That promo. That was
So-
great.
So all we need is the knight in shining armor to come rescue.
You mean the one that lit her on fire first?
To come
Or
rescue
tried
He
to light her on
did. He
fire?
did not light her
He's
on
gonna
fire.
come rescue her. Yes, he is.
Look at you. You are.
Okay.
Go get her.
I believe that he will be the knight in shining armor and will
Yes.
come rescue her. He still started that fire months ago.
But who got her? Is the question.
Why?
Oh.
Who and why?
I don't want to say. We know some people who are coming in.
Oh,
Maybe one of them.
okay.
But kudos
Poor
to
little
the
thing. I feel
kudos
so
to the
bad for
person
it.
who cut this promo because
Yeah.
that was actually really
That was
good.
a great. Yeah.
Like the whole bzzz, and
So
then
that was her cell phone. What was
Yeah.
that? What was that image in the beginning?
It was matches.
it looks like matches
Oh, it was
and all
matches.
that, and then it just went
Matches.
completely boom. Yep.
Oh.
It was matches, and then her phone,
Is she
and then
in
her.
is she in that
cabin?
That cabin again? Or is,
Yeah, it looks like it.
Aw.
Looks same,
No,
bed,
it's-
same bed at least.
No,
they
it's
need
the-
to raise that place.
It's the
They
cabin
just-
refurbished. It's somewhere else. It's not the same place. It's not the
Look
same
at-
place.
Oh, her cell phone. I thought that was a clock. I'm all
that
mixed
is.
up.
Yeah, because the buzzing.
Yeah.
If you're trying to reach Sierra Brady,
Oh.
she's a little tied up at the moment.
And then all of that.
I've told
drama.
you, I met the promo editor at Day of Days. She came up to me and was like, "You guys show my promos," and
She's
and I,
so great.
She was great, yeah. And she says I think she said she watches the show,
Oh, yay.
and she
good.
I love
she
it.
tries to pick
We love
like
her
dramatic
work.
moments to
Well, surprisingly, and with much gratitude, we do have a lot of people who are associated with Days that watch the show and are fans of the show. So shout out to those people because I don't want to call you out by name because I don't want to. Yeah.
But
So
both in
thank
front
you.
and behind the camera.
Yes, both
We've got
in
a lot
front
of
and
support.
behind the camera. Yeah, so we
So we're very
definitely
thankful.
appreciate it. All right.
Absolutely.
Well, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Oh, and before we go, shout out to everyone in the daytime world that got their pre-nominations for the
right.
2019
A lot of days recognition.
Emmys. Yes, there's a lot of days recognitions. If you want to know who got a pre-nomination for the Daytime Emmys, go to our social media. We posted it there just for the Days people. For a complete list, check out Soap Opera Digest. They have a complete list of everyone who received a pre-nomination. There's only a pre-nomination, not official nomination,
Right.
the pre-nomination. It's like the nomination before the real nomination. This is where they vote to find out who gets a real nomination. So we hope that all these people get a real nomination.
Right.
Pre. All right. Before we head out, Michael Mattis, let
Yes.
the kind folks know where they can cyberstalk you.
So, I'm not worth cyberstalking, but if you choose to, ML Mattis1 on Twitter and ML Mattis on Instagram. Tamala, you're distracting.
Yeah, that was funny.
Hashtag trash 2020.
Yeah,
Oh,
Chad.
you know what?
Mark
Okay.
says hashtag trash 2020. That's
I'm
great.
glad that was re-mentioned again because we were talking about that in the chat. Can you please find a good picture of Melinda Trask?
Yes.
Make it into like a presidential like thing, and put hashtag trash 2020 so that we can post it
That's
tomorrow.
awesome.
Sure. Tomorrow, maybe.
Okay, this week.
I have I have dinner tonight, but we'll see.
You ain't got to.
I have things
So
to do.
y'all can find me on Twitter at Tammy Gouveia and Facebook, Insta, Tammy Gouveia Official.
Now, you guys can find all of us, Dishin Days, on Facebook and Instagram, and _ Dishin Days on Twitter. And you can find little old me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony. Thank you guys so much for
Thank
tuning
you,
in, and we'll
guys.
see you
Thank
next
you.
Sunday for a
Bye.
recap. Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.